Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out something called Fragmentation. This is by Riley Adams. This is from 2011 and it is a LD21 entry. Yes, we're going back quite a ways for this one. It's a 3D, I believe procedurally generated runner game where basically we need to outrun the floor disappearing under our feet. Anyway, the best way to show this one off is just to get literally right into it. So let me show you. I was audibly, I made an audible sound of disappointment when I found out that the way you control the character is not through jumping, but instead by manipulating and rotating the screen around. Not that there's anything inherently wrong with that idea, it's just I really was looking forward to a Mirror's Edge style, parkour, endless runner game. I thought that sounded like an amazing idea. So I thought that's what this was. Apparently, though, it's a little different. Still, not a bad idea, and I quite like the fact that there's this picture-in-picture element, and the fact that you have to sort of predict what's coming at you well in advance to have even a chance at navigating around it successfully. So you can go 2 tiles high. Anything beyond that, though, you gotta dodge with rotating the screen. It's actually quite a bit of fun, and it's quite addictive as well, provided you don't get too stuck. That first run was just a bit of a travesty. Hopefully I won't be doing that again anytime soon. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Things are getting a little crazy now. Looks like we're blocking off more portions of the screen as we go. That's fine. I think we'll be able to deal with that for a little bit. Oh, it looks like the collision might not be perfect, because I've definitely gotten stuck on the wall a couple of times. And yet, I still have been able to proceed forward. I quite like the aesthetic here, too. It's quite simple. We've just got this, turquoise and, I don't know, is that yellow, I guess? In some lighting, it might be, off-white, but no, that's pretty yellow. And that is all that's really there. It's just speckling. There's occasional bits of gray involved. And I think if the developer wanted to, you could easily demarcate the distance that the person has gone by simply changing up the visual aesthetic with regard to the tiles. So it'd be much quicker to say, hey, how far did you get? Well, I got to the green zone instead of, the blue zone or the red zone or, so on and so forth. That would be a bit of a mess right there. I didn't actually get very much momentum. In fact, I lost all of my momentum, and now you can see the tiles disappearing as we go. But I did much, much better that time with 1565 as opposed to that pitiful 175 on the first run. Let's do another. See, I was really looking forward to being able to jump over stuff, maybe make leaps. And the presentation, in fact, is really quite well suited to that exact thing. So, I mean, it just seems like maybe an opportunity for someone else to do it. Just like this, but, hopefully maybe this developer even could do it and include that feature, or maybe make another game mode or something. I just know that that would be a lot of fun. Imagine Bit Trip Runner presented in 3 dimensions where you can slide and have to jump through tiles and things. I think that's a really good idea, and I hope someone does make that. Throw in a little bit of visual flourish, make some strange patterns. I think visually could be a lot of fun, and you could throw in some rogue elements. Have the occasional power-ups or something that do, I don't know, whatever you want them to do. Maybe make you faster for a limited time, have you able to jump further. Maybe you can unlock a slide move to get under, 1 tile high impediments. That almost looked like it was not traversable for a moment, but maybe there was depth there that I wasn't picking up on. It looks like if you're fairly adept at rotating the screen frequently, the collision boxes get a little bit messed up, and occasionally you can just clip right through some of them. Not a huge deal, really. I mean, I guess in terms of, if you're going to play this seriously, it might be, but since this is a pretty simple game and a humble game, I don't think anybody's going to have too many complaints about that. We are picking up a lot of momentum. You'll notice I'm traveling much, much faster now. And I guess maybe some of that clipping stuff is just to prolong the sense of speed, because it would really be a shame if you built up all that speed and then lost it on one single contact, which might be literally impossible to avoid at a certain point when you're going as fast as you are. You're going to bump into some of these pillars, unavoidably. Things are getting pretty hectic at this point. I've got a full bar at the bottom, which has just been a little bit knocked down. I actually quite like the way they did that with the momentum conservation and the bar at the bottom to let you know visually if you're doing alright or not. I can't lie, I won't say that it doesn't remind me a little bit of Antichamber as well, which is always pretty much a good thing. So maybe play up to the strengths of that, but I mean at the time Antichamber didn't exist. Not in any formal sense anyway. well, I just pretty much blew all my momentum there. I did quite a bit better that time, 3,004 over 1,500. I got a 100% increase in my output of ability to dodge those pillars, apparently. Anyway, I think Fragmentation's a super cool game. I think you should go download it. It's completely free. I will post the link in the description. Give it a shot. See how high you can get on a score. Let me know in the comments what you think about this game, because I think it's a pretty good idea, like I mentioned. And if you're an indie dev and maybe you want to take me up on that offer, that idea that I posited in the video, let me know if you do decide to do something like that. I imagine it's probably not the easiest thing to program, but at the same time, probably not the hardest either. It's a pretty straightforward premise. So I would hopefully see someone make something like that. I think it's a solid idea anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just let me know. I'm just one guy with some opinions. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. We're going to keep it pretty short. Fragmentation is not an especially complex game, so I think it probably doesn't lend itself to a half-an-hour video or anything. But I think you should just go grab it yourself and try it and see how it feels to you. And let me know what you think in the comments, as always. And, of course, always head over to my website if you haven't already, which is indie-impressions.com, so you can check out all the other videos in the series and see if there's anything you missed, including, you know, other LD game coverage, because there's quite a bit of it. This will be tagged in that genre as well. So if you want to sort through all the different styles of gameplay, we've got, you know, action games, horror games. You sort them by payment style if you want to do free games or Steam games or Deseret games. It's all available on the website, so please go on, check that out, and stop by the forums if you haven't already and say, hey, or maybe start a new conversation, or join in one that's already going. The options are all up to you. I've also got a Facebook page, which is facebook.com/indieimpressions. If you'd like to leave a like over there, you get every day's new video delivered into your Facebook stream. It is up to you if you want to do that, but it depends on if you use Facebook very often. It might be convenient for you. I also do news updates and announcements over there as well. So if you want to make sure you don't miss out on a good compilation or some sort of a collaboration video I've done with other YouTubers, I often put them over there as well. So couldn't hurt, just takes a second, does help me out, but that is up to you. Lastly, if you're an indie dev and you want to get in touch with me about possibly showing off your game on the show, quickest way to reach me is to either send me a email over the contact form, which is on the website, or if you want to just say hey quickly, I have a Twitter handle, which is @RockleySmile, and if you want to follow me over there, it's entirely up to you as well, but we can, hook that up if you want to say hey, start a conversation, send me pictures of your cat and or bunny, it's all up to you. But I'm there. I'm tweeting all the time. So that is going to do it for another episode. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you come back again tomorrow for another awesome indie game. I hope you have a lovely night, and I hope you go check out Fragmentation. I think it's definitely worth a minute or two of your time. So I will see you tomorrow, and have a great night.